maker, deal breaker? What are you hoping to achieve with a 50% tariffs on the?
Well, I think this is there is no tariff, because what they'll do is they'll send their companies into the U.S.
In an effort to lure scientists to Europe, France and the European Union on Monday announced €500 million worth of incentives for researchers. Pledge comes amid U.S. President Donald Trump's clashes with top U.S. universities.
Science is an investment, and we need to offer the right incentives. This is why I can announce that we will put forward a new €500 million package for 2025 to 2027 to make Europe a magnet for researchers.
Well, it wouldn't be a Friday without the president sending Wall Street tumbling into the weekend after threatening our allies with more tariffs, seeing as we are just swimming in all the deals from the last round of threats. Am I right?
We have numerous other deals that are ready to be signed. We've signed a deal with China. We have some really amazing deals, but the European Union, I mean, the sole purpose was really not to hurt us, but to take advantage of us. And
right, Scott Bessent?
On the tariffs that you mentioned, you had a lot of discussions in Canada. Japan was a part of that. You've talked about Japan a lot. If the Japanese is not the next country to do a deal, who is?
As I mentioned before, we're far along with India, and they got in early on. Many of the Asian countries have come with very good deals. So there are 18 important trading partners. And I would say, with the exception of the EU, most are negotiating in very good faith.
Who do you think goes first?
Bill, we're going to have to see.
Is it a summer battle? Do we take this into the fall? And if we take it into the fall, are we talking about 2026? To do a deal you can announce publicly?
With the EU.
With the EU, which with anybody. You pick it.
No, look, these deals are moving quickly. And I think as we approach the end of the 90-day period, we're going to see more and more of them announced.
Okay. Is that July then?
I think that's the 90 days.
Okay, so we will look for that then.
Well, if that's not encouraging, I don't know what is. Just moments after Trump's presser, where he offered this zinger of an answer when pressed on why he claimed Walmart should eat the tariffs, when he himself had previously claimed foreign countries are the ones that are going to eat the cost. It's not going to impact the American people or businesses.
They're able to do that.
When you say that Walmart should eat the cost of the tariffs, is that an acknowledgement that it is U.S. companies that bear the brunt of tariffs, not foreign countries?
Sometimes the country will eat it. Sometimes Walmart will eat it. And sometimes there'll be something to pay, something extra. I've always been a fan, and I've always believed. And if you look, take a look at what I did 4 years ago. We had the greatest economy, and we had no inflation. Remember that. We had no inflation, and yet we had hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs that I put on China, yet we had no inflation. We had no big cost differential. Oftentimes, and I don't like it when a department store, because they'll do a lot of business, but they announce record profits and everything else. They have to take out some of their profits. They'll make a little bit less money. But I don't want the consumer. I don't want the consumer to pay.
But why post tariffs that are hurting American businesses?
Oh, so it's just basically a coin toss then. Well, then, recommending 50% tariffs on European goods, it reopened a new front in the global trade tensions and unleashed a fresh wave of market uncertainty, hence why U.S. stocks fell, on track for a weekly loss.
And our top story this morning, President Trump posting on Truth Social that trade discussions with the EU were going nowhere. And as a result, he is recommending a straight 50% tariff on the EU starting on June 1st. Now, I don't know what that means, recommending a straight tariff of 50% to who? Is he recommending that to the Senate? Or is he saying that this is something that is going to be enforced as of June 1st? Well,
Europe's down now.
Yeah, Europe is down significantly. So is the U.S. equity futures. Right now, Dow futures are down by about 650 points. And by the way, we started relatively flat about 2 hours ago when the show started. NASDAQ futures now down by close to 400 points, and the S&P futures are down by about 92. We should probably do that in a percentage basis at some point, too.
But in a notable move, while Trump is targeting the EU regarding the economy, they're keeping a close eye on the other wars he's waging at home, specifically on science, education, and research.
Are you considering stopping other universities besides Harvard from accepting foreign
Well, we're taking a look at a lot of things. And as you know, billions of dollars has been paid to Harvard. How ridiculous is that? Billions. And they have $52 billion as an endowment. They have $52 billion. And this country is paying billions and billions of dollars and then gives student loans and they have to pay back the loans. So Harvard's going to have to change its ways.
See, Europe are taking monumental strides to lure the best in the business away from the United States. The European Union and France announced a €500 million worth of incentives to lure scientists to the continent, seeking to profit from Trump's federal funding cuts and clashes with top US universities, none more so than Harvard.
A lot of CEOs in the United States, big companies, are for it. What is that going to do?
I'm fine with that. No, I'm fine with that. No, we want to do that. We're actually going to be doing something in the near future that's going to make it possible for people to come into this country and come in and, have a road toward citizenship. And I think it'll be very exciting, but it's too soon to speak.
Why would you not want the best and brightest from around the world to come to Harvard?
I do, but a lot of
Science is an investment, and we need to offer the right incentives. This is why I can announce that we will put forward a new €500 million package for 2025 to 2027 to make Europe a magnet for researchers. This will help support the best and the brightest researchers and scientists from Europe and around the world. We aim to create a new 7-year super grant under the European Research Council, ERC, to help offer a longer-term perspective to the very best. Through the ERC, we are already supporting researchers who relocate to Europe with a top-up beyond their grant. We are now doubling the amount they can receive this year, and I want to extend this support for 2026 and 2027.
The money is said to fund research projects and help universities cover the cost of bringing foreign scientists over to help run them.
Officials said the money would fund research projects and help universities cover the cost of bringing foreign scientists over to help run them. Trump has targeted U.S. universities since taking office in January by freezing federal funding, launching investigations, revoking international students' visas, and making other demands. Last week, he said he will revoke Harvard University's tax-exempt status, a move that Harvard said would be an unlawful misuse of the U.S. tax code. Speaking alongside von der Leyen on Monday, French President Emmanuel Macron had this to say.
Personne ne pouvait penser que cette très grande démocratie du monde, dont le modèle économique...
Nobody could have thought that very great democracy whose economic model relies so much on free science, on innovation, and on its ability over the last 3 decades to innovate more than Europeans and transmitted this innovation more widely would make such an error. But that's where we are.
That's right. While some countries are providing incentives, to lure the brightest minds to their soil, it took a federal judge to temporarily block the Trump administration's move to revoke Harvard University's ability to enroll international students. Before federal judge Alison Burroughs issued the temporary restraining order, DHS had told currently enrolled visa holders that they must, quote, transfer to another university in order to maintain their non-immigrant status. Harvard has nearly 7,000 international students, which make up roughly 27% of the student body. This, of course, is not the first and certainly won't be the last attack on US universities who dare oppose the fearless cult leader.
I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. I have a theory. I do. We were kicking around some theories earlier, me and the team, and we were going, how could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America. Okay. So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested for wrongthink. We got David Friedman. Yeah, arrest him. Arrest Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Get them. I love it. And if you think it's going to stop with college campuses, you're out of your mind.
Which means with such a threat to academics' livelihoods here on US soil, Europe's political leaders are wasting no time trying to reap an intellectual windfall.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.